Hello Leafs Nation, I'm Rick Scarborough and you're watching Blue and White Weekly, where we bring you weekly updates on the Leafs and the hockey world at large. The end is near. The end of 2024, that is, but that's not what's important. What's important is we have a brand new week of Maple Leafs hockey to talk about, so let's get into the news. The 2025 World Juniors are underway, and I'm not going to talk about them. Up on our channel right now, you can watch the preview and predictions video done by our junior intern, Gilsey. Gilsey is going to return soon to go over his predictions at the end of the group stage and tee you up for the knockout round. Speaking of Gilsey, Monday saw another next-gen game come to Scotiabank Arena, and, as is tradition, I turn the chair over to Gilsey for our next-gen coverage. The Jets came into town for a pre-Christmas party in the afternoon for the next-gen game, and it didn't exactly go as well as the last time we saw them. First off, Austin Matthews and Chris Tanev were both out with injury, so there goes your best defender and your captain. And that obviously doesn't help, but props to the Jets. Mark Scheifele and Kyle Connor combined for 8 points. That includes Scheifele's Hattie. The bright shining light of this game, if you're a Leafs fan, was, as seems to be a developing pattern, John Tavares. He picked up his 200th goal as a Maple Leaf, but wasn't enough. And it seems in Winnipeg, there isn't anything better than beating the Leafs as the Jets take this one 5-2. That's it for me this time. I'm going to turn things back over to Ricky Boy, but remember, I'll be back in the new year to continue my coverage of the World Juniors, so be sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out. Peace, y'all. The Leafs headed into Detroit on Friday, stuffed full of Christmas dinner, and a bit of home cooking was exactly what we needed. It appears Mitch Marner turns into the second coming of Matt Sundin when the stars align. Those stars, of course, being that it's a contract year for Marner, a meaningless December weekend game is being played, and that game is against a divisional rival. The amulet clearly provides a boost to Tavares' vision stat, as he somehow got the puck to Marner on this attempt. This was just one of Tavares' 2 assists on the night, as he helped lift Mitch Marner to his 3rd career hat trick. And with this game against an Atlantic Division opponent, it brought to light the age-old conversation of the Atlantic Division's repetitiveness and a lack of competition from its bottom half. For more thoughts on the matter, we turn to the expert. Some say that he is wanted dead or alive in several provinces of China, and that he was turned down for a role in the Mighty Ducks because he kept fighting the child actors. All we know is he's our senior analyst, Byron Doyle. Alright, thanks there, Ricky Boy. That's right, folks. Byron Doyle here, Beluga Whale Weekly, and we got a special guest for you this time. This time we're joined by my brother Brian. Say hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. Hi, everybody. My brother's on TV.
My brother's on TV. This here is my brother Brian. He ain't the smartest tool in the shed. He ain't the quickest of them. He was dropped on his head as a baby. But he knows hockey. He knows hockey, and that's all that matters. So, brother, they want us today to talk about the Atlantic Division.
Why?
Well, they're sensing some pattern. The nerds on the stats room are sensing some patterns about the Atlantic Division and how it's the same 4 teams at the top.
Yeah.
And the same 4 teams at the bottom.
So get rid of those 4 on the bottom.
Well, do you want to get rid of those 4?
They don't do anything.
Well, that's true, I suppose, but they're funny to laugh at.
True.
Buffalo, you like laughing at them.
Everybody does.
Detroit, you like laughing at them.
Yeah.
Ottawa.
Definitely.
Montreal.
Do we have to talk about them?
We don't have to talk about them.
Okay.
Who we do have to talk about is who shares that top 4 spot with us. Florida Panthers, Tampa Bay Lightning, Boston Bruins.
Boo.
Boo indeed. Boo the big bad Bruins. But it's always us and them at the top of the card. It's always us and the 3 of them make the playoffs.
Be nice to play somebody else.
It really would. When's the last time...
Jerry, you screwed up on this one.
Jerry, this is on you. It's on you and your stupid
playoff.
It's on your playoff format, and we'll get to that in a second. When's the last time we played the first round against someone that wasn't the Boston Bruins or the Tampa Bay Lightning?
That wasn't... 6, 7 years.
Something like that, probably even more. And that's all due to Jerry's
Jerry.
playoff format. That's because of his silly wild card format with the 1 playing wild card, 2 play 3, go kiss your sister, something or other like that. But even sometimes it just works out if we switch to the 1v8 format that everyone wants to go back to, myself included.
Here,
that would still happen sometimes.
Sometimes it'll happen, but you got a better chance of a mix.
Better chance of a mix, exactly. And this isn't just a problem in the Atlantic. If the playoffs started today, if I'm not mistaken, we would see Oilers and Kings in the first round for probably about the 3rd or 4th year in a row.
Okay?
The Gretzky Bowl, if you want to call it that. And look, breeds rivalry. Rivalry is always nice, drives up viewership, it creates exciting hockey to watch.
But you see the same teams every year.
Exactly. It gets a little bit boring.
We need somebody else in that.
Want to see something new, folks. So, Jerry, our advice to you as scholars of the game, we're scholarly, ain't we?
Scholarly.
You graduated high school.
I graduated high school.
Oh, look at this guy go. Smart one over here. Jerry, our advice to you, maybe switch up the playoff format, or maybe our advice to the teams in the rest of the Atlantic Division, get good. Right?
Try to.
Buffalo, figure it out. Montreal, figure it out. Ottawa, figure it out. Detroit, figure it out. Anyway, I think that's just about all we got. Let's send it on to Ricky Boy back in the studio.
Hey, Rick!
Oh, dear Lord, there's 2 of them now. We're doomed. Once again, the Leafs find themselves on the second half of a back-to-back on a Saturday night as the Washington Capitals come into town. This game was a tale of 2 goalies as Logan Thompson continues to give the middle finger to Team Canada for not selecting him for the Four Nations face-off as he stops 30 of 32 shots that the Leafs threw at him. And Matt Murray continues to make us question if he's truly an NHL goaltender anymore. Alex Ovechkin returned in this game to score an empty netter and seal the deal on a Capitals 5-2 victory. With that goal, he's now only 26 away from Gretzky's record. With 47 games left in the season, that is more than enough time to catch the Great One. Speaking of goal scorers, Austin Matthews remained out in this game, and I find it both very worrying and very funny that we're beginning to reach the point where Matthews' day-to-day absences are longer than Ovechkin's week-to-week ones. Looking ahead in the week, it's NYI on NYE as the Leafs cap off 2024 by hosting the New York Islanders. Then, it's a trip to Long Island on Thursday for part 2 of the home and home against New York. Then, and stop me if you've heard this one before, it's yet another back-to-back. This one without travel, mind you. Thank you very much, Gary Bettman. As the Leafs play host to the Boston Bruins on Saturday, then the Philadelphia Flyers on Sunday. We'll have all those games for you next week, plus so much more. But for now, thank you very much for watching Leafs Nation. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, go Leafs, go. See you next week.